Yo, what is up guys? It's me Zach Lee and welcome back to the Zach Lee Show, where we talk about everything going on in the NBA on a daily basis. As always, you guys know that you are the real MVPs for coming back each and every single day. Can't thank you enough. But now let's just take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video sponsor, LAKERS.com. Basketball, baseball, football, or even soccer, no matter what the sport, you can now rep your favorite player on the back of your phone. Use the promo code Zach Lee for 10% off your order. Link is in the description box below. But now with that out the way, on to the video. Let's go. It seems as if Kyrie Irving could be out longer than the Boston Celtics first anticipated. He's already missed Boston's last for pretty much 5 games since he sat out for most of their game against Indiana with a sore knee. And at this point, it's still uncertain as to when he could return since his knee isn't getting any better. Here's what Brad Stevens had to say about Kyrie Irving's knee before the Boston Celtics played the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday.
Yeah, Kyrie, from everything that I was told last, is probably not going to be on the trip. So still the same thing that we've been talking about. That knee has been sore, but he is, he's worked really hard to manage it throughout the entire season. And, I think, he's had some pretty good days recently. So I'm encouraged by it. In the big picture, he's going to get a second opinion. That's why he probably won't go on the trip. So, and again, I think that's smart of him. But I haven't
changed with him at all, because he went from maybe being able to, going on the trip, maybe being able to play in New Orleans to now.
Yeah, no. I mean, just continued soreness, I think, is what's made the decision not to play tonight and made the decision not to go on the trip and seek outside counsel. I think that's the. But it's not new pain by any means. It's not anything new. It's continued soreness.
So he and the rest of the Celtics don't seem too worried about Kyrie Irving at the moment. They said his knee has been bothering him all season long, so this soreness that he's experiencing is nothing new, and he could probably play through it if he wanted to. But they're taking this time conveniently right before the playoffs to try and rest him so his knee can get better. And the Celtics have said that they have done plenty of tests and that there is no structural damage in the knee. League sources tell ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski that there continues to be no structural damage in Irving's knee, and that there is still a strong belief that rest will be the best remedy to facilitate his eventual return to the lineup. This whole situation is pretty odd, and it's easy to think that the Celtics are doing all of this just so they can get Kyrie Irving some rest before the playoffs start. Because let's be honest here, they are way too calm about this whole thing. If Irving's knee is hurting him this bad, if it's still sore and rest isn't doing anything about it, I don't think I would be so calm. Now, yes, he does need that follow-up surgery over the offseason to follow up the surgery that he had a couple of years ago to repair his broken kneecap. But still, the fact that his knee has been sore all season long, and he's been playing on this sore knee all season long, and rest isn't helping it get better, has to be a little bit concerning to the Boston Celtics, and I don't see how they're so calm. And maybe that is why Kyrie Irving is traveling to get a second opinion right now, just to make sure there is nothing actually wrong with his knee. There is no structural damage. So this whole thing could be one big cover up from the Boston Celtics just so they can try and get Irving some rest. But if not, let's be honest here, this whole situation sounds kind of similar to what Isaiah Thomas was going through with the Boston Celtics last season, when he had a bad hip, needed surgery, didn't get surgery, decided to play through it until he finally decided to call it quits in the Eastern Conference Finals. That messed up his whole summer, caused him to miss a big portion of the season, and who knows if he'll ever be the same player again because of it. Could Kyrie Irving's knee be last year Isaiah Thomas's hip? Which leads us to the ultimate question. What if this knee pain is real and the Boston Celtics aren't making this up or exaggerating it to get him some rest, and the pain doesn't go away by the time the playoffs come around? Does Kyrie Irving play through it, or just shut it down and get that follow-up surgery he needs and come back next season to play with Gordon Hayward? Honestly, even though I would love to see Kyrie Irving play in the playoffs, especially since it seems like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics will meet in the second round, assuming they finish with the second and third seed in the East, Even though I would love to see Kyrie Irving going at LeBron James going at Kyrie Irving, I think it will be for the best if his knee is still sore that he doesn't play anymore. Because let's keep it 100% real here. The Boston Celtics, even with a healthy Kyrie Irving, aren't winning at all this year. It's as simple as that. Even the most diehard of Boston Celtics fans, I don't think will give their team a chance against whoever comes out of the Western Conference, and that's assuming they make it past the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors in the East. So the last thing you want to do is to have Kyrie Irving come back playing on a sore knee just to lose in the playoffs anyways, and it turns out that sore knee turned into something worse, or maybe it was something worse all along that they didn't detect and he was playing on it, and now all of a sudden you got another Isaiah Thomas on your hand. Hopefully though, this soreness does clear up soon, or the Celtics are exaggerating this whole thing to get Kyrie Irving some rest, because the last thing this season needs is for another star player to miss the rest of the season. Speaking about Isaiah Thomas, the Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving, we gotta talk about Isaiah Thomas, because this guy is everywhere. And what I mean by that is I don't think he has the slightest clue of what he wants this offseason. First off, he was talking about not signing anywhere that was planning to bring him off the bench. Then he said anything can happen in regards to him possibly re-signing with the Boston Celtics. And now he says that he wouldn't mind staying with the Los Angeles Lakers, even if that means having to come off the bench. I like it here. I like the situation I'm in, the system, the coaching staff, organization's been great to me. If things work out, I would love to be here. You just never know. With free agency, you gotta keep your options open. I have no complaints since I stepped foot and put a Laker uniform on. But wait, there's more. Isaiah Thomas still hasn't lost even an ounce of confidence in himself, even though he's been playing not so great this season. And he also said that even though he doesn't mind being a Laker, everyone's been nice to him, that his goals and the Lakers' goals might not co-align at this moment. I want to be great. I want to win MVP. I want to continue being an all-star. Their goals probably aren't that yet. Man says he wants to win MVP. All right, here's my thing with Isaiah Thomas. I like how confident he is in himself, and I am rooting for him to get back to the way he was last season with the Boston Celtics. I will love to see that Isaiah Thomas come back, and I can't be mad at him for having a goal of trying to win MVP, for trying to be the best. I can't hate on him for that. But that being said, for real, first off, I'd be surprised if the Lakers were interested in bringing you back after this offseason. Now, this is nothing personal, even though you've only been shooting 37% from the field in your time with LA. Like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just that the Lakers have other plans to spend their money on besides you. And as for the MVP thing, I don't think anyone ever sees Isaiah Thomas winning MVP. I mean, let me just keep it all the way real here. Like I said, I hope he can get back to the level he was at last year. I don't even mean that. I think he might be able to get back to his all-star form, play like an all-star again, make another all-star team. That's perfectly fine. But even if he does get back to how good he was last year, he still wasn't the MVP. He didn't finish second, third, or even fourth in the MVP voting. So he would have to get back to the level he was at and then some, and then some more, and then some more. I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. I can't see a world in which Isaiah Thomas is the MVP of the NBA. Maybe he just means get back into the MVP conversation, but even that, I think would be a stretch. That actually wraps up all the news from yesterday though. Now let's take a look at the games from last night. Well, I mean, it had to end at some point, right? It was a good winning streak for the Blazers, and if it was going to end anytime soon, it was probably going to be last night, and it was last night as the Rockets got the 115-111 win behind James Harden and his 42 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about regarding this game. First off, this just shows that the Rockets are capable of playing some really good defense. Dame and CJ, one of the best backcourts in the NBA, and they were held in extreme check by the Rockets. Only 28 points combined between them, and not a single three was made. 0 of 12 from deep. The Rockets are basically like, all right, if y'all want to win this game, the rest of you guys are going to have to beat us. All of our attention is going to be on Lillard and McCollum. And it worked, but barely. And this isn't me knocking the Rockets. This was a really hard-fought game between both teams. It just shows though that maybe Portland isn't as far behind as some people might think they are. They only lost to the best team of the NBA record-wise by 4 points on a night where neither Dame or CJ could get anything going. That's actually not that bad.
You pump fake. Was there any hesitation to putting up the three?
Hesitation? I don't even know how to spell hesitation. No hesitation, never.
What a meltdown. 20 seconds left in the game. The Thunder are up by 6. It was 98-92 and they lose 100-99. Bro, I don't know what it is. That's just tragic. Typically when a team is up by more than 5 points with only seconds left to play, I just assume that the game is over because it's almost impossible for the other team to come back. But after Jason Tatum hit a little shot that brought the series within 4, Russ only makes 1 free throw, 5-point game, Terry Rozier connects from distance, 2-point game, and Carmelo Anthony, you had been trash all night long, and all you had to do was step to the stripe and make a couple of free throws. You couldn't even do that. The man missed both free throws, still a 2-point game, and of course, if you miss both free throws, you already know that something terrible is about to happen. You could feel it. Everyone knew that after Carmelo Anthony missed those free throws, that the game was over. The Boston Celtics won, and they did win off a Marcus Morris triple with only a second left in the game. 100-99 the final score. Like I said, Melo, if I was your coach after that night, you'd be in that gym shooting free throws all night long till you couldn't shoot anymore. And don't even worry about catching the flight back to OKC because you gotta find your own way back. That's crazy. Tell him how you really feel, Schroeder. It's as if he put all his frustration from losing so many games, game after 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 game into this one game. Dude completely went off, and unfortunately for the Jazz, it was on them. Schroeder dropped a career high 41 points to go along with 7 assists and 5 rebounds as the Hawks upset Utah 99-94. The first Atlanta Hawks to score at least 40 points since Joe Johnson did it 10 years ago. And Schroeder says that the Hawks plan on celebrating this win. It was amazing, but it was even sweeter that we got the win. We're going to celebrate. Atlanta about to throw a parade like they just won a championship because they beat the Jazz. That's crazy. DeMar DeRozan was out with a bruised knee, but the Raptors were playing against the Magic, so does it really matter who was playing or who wasn't? It was the battle of the best in the East versus the West in the East, and the Raptors won. Surprise, surprise. 93-86. Kyle Lowry stepped up in DeMar DeRozan's absence to score 25 points and dish out 8 assists. Towns, Wiggins, even Jeff Teague. This is what y'all need to keep playing like to make the playoffs without Jimmy Butler. This was a must-win game for the Wolves. Well, it was actually a must-win game for the Clippers too, as the Clippers would have been extremely close to taking Minnesota's spot in the playoffs if they won. It was just desperation. We know we needed this game. They're right behind us. That's what Andrew Wiggins said. Yo, even Andrew Wiggins acknowledged the importance of this game. So playing a big game that was important to both teams, it's good that the Wolves were able to out-desperate the Clippers and pull out the 123-109 win. Towns with 30 points, Wiggins with 27, Teague with 20 and 12 assists, and Crawford did what he does off the bench as he had 20. The Pelicans beat the Mavericks. What else is there to say? I mean, 115-105 the final score, AD with 37, and Rondo with 19 points, 14 assists, and 9 rebounds, but yeah, that's it. Reggie Jackson returned to the Pistons after missing their last 37 games. That was one severely sprained ankle that caused him to miss half the season, and the Pistons get the 115-88 win over the Suns. Blake Griffin with 26 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. That wraps up all the action from yesterday, though. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my new app, Sports Q Trivia. You know, it's a live NBA quiz game that I host personally. You guys are gonna see a video of me hosting a quiz that you guys can play. It's 10 questions. You got 10 seconds to answer these questions. You get all the questions right, then you win some cash. It's as simple as that. We play every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We had our first game, our first live game Monday, and it went great. A few of you guys even won some cash, so that's dope. And of course, it's Wednesday, so that means our second game is today. I'll have the links to the app down in the description so you guys can check it out. It is only iOS at the moment. We're working really hard to get the Android version up and running soon, but for now it is iOS only. Links in the description. Go check it out. Anyways, though, remember to vote for the player of the day, but also remember the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, that player was LeBron James, and it's 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow, but until then, I am out of here. Peace!